it's Destiny, and today we're going to be challenging Spiral Abyss and attempting to get 36 stars on my account. In the past, I have not been able to get 36 stars as I was progressively working on making my account stronger, considering that my account is only a couple of months old. So today I want to see if I can finally do it. And before we get into today's video, I would love to know one of your favorite teams in Genshin Impact or one of your favorite characters. Lastly, if you'd like to see more content from me, consider subscribing to my channel, leave a like to support today's video, and now let's get straight into it. To begin with today's video, I want to just go over the teams that I have built over the past few months. This would consist of a Mavlika team, a Flins team, a Nefer team, and lastly a Varissa team. I did have to wait until recently to finally get Ineffa on my account, so she'll definitely be a huge help when it comes to my Flins team, or even if I decide to use her plus Columbina on a different team, that can also be another option. When it comes to my Nefer or Flins team, they both value Columbina, so what I was thinking of doing is potentially just giving Ineffa to Flins and then giving Columbina to my Nefer team. For my Flins team, I can still nicely utilize Ino, and of course if I find some struggles with doing this, then I can maybe swap around Columbina on the Flins team or do something different. But I'm pretty hopeful that today is the day we'll be able to do it. Some of the bosses don't look too difficult this time around, so let's try our best and see what we can do. Alright, so here we are in floor 12, chamber 1. I'm just gonna go for the middle buff, and we're gonna start off by using Columbina's skill and burst here, following up with Llama as well. And we're essentially just setting up our rotation here to go into our charge attacks with Nefer. And okay, this enemy literally flew away from my charge attack. No! We're dealing a lot of damage here though, so this side should be pretty easy from what it looks like so far. All right, so we're just going to attack this enemy a bit. I was waiting for it to summon its little ruin enhancer things, whatever these things are. I was waiting for these to get summoned so we could just kick their butt. And let's just beat them up like so. And boom, there we go. Alrighty. And there we go, we were able to clear side 1 pretty fast. Now we have side 2. We have Flins, Ino, Ineffa, and Sucrose. We're just gonna start off by setting up here with Ino and then setting up with Ineffa. Same thing as with the Nefer team, I'm basically just setting up so I can start doing a bunch of damage with Flins here. And we're just gonna keep attacking like so. And yeah, this fight actually seems to be pretty easy for this team, especially since we're gonna be able to take advantage of the mechanic of this boss with the second HP bar. And boom, there we go. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. So I definitely think we can 3-star this right here, which is perfect. Oh yeah, go Flins! We got this. There we go. Chamber 1 was pretty smooth, I would say. Let's just get straight into chamber 2. All right, so with Nefer here, we're just gonna get straight into it. Similar rotation as before. The only issue here though is that I actually don't have Columbina's burst right away. So our damage is going to be a bit lower here, but it is okay. I think what I could have honestly done on the last chamber is potentially actually stall the boss a little bit so that I could get more energy going into this chamber right here. Oh, okay, so we just got back a bunch of energy from beating up that enemy, so that's actually perfect. I am slightly messing up my rotation here a bit, and I just lost my Columbina burst again. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's fine. This enemy is the last one left of this floor, so we can just handle that and move on to the chamber 2 here. But yeah, I think what I need to utilize potentially more is trying to stall out the enemy a little bit so that I'm able to get more energy going into the next chamber. I think that will definitely help out, especially with a character like Columbina, since we definitely want to take advantage of the lunar domain just to deal more damage. And of course, take advantage of the benefits from having lunar domain up. But as for the cactus, we're finally getting revenge. I remember the first time I fought this cactus in Abyss, it was not a good time, but we are getting revenge today. And we almost are about to beat the cactus. Let's get some energy for our characters here. And we can go back to Flins, boom, and there we go. Now we can actually move on to the last chamber. Okay, I feel like this abyss might actually be a bit easier than last abyss. Granted, on side 2, lunar charge teams are definitely going to get a really nice boost. So I'm not surprised that the Flins team is doing really well. And I guess since we do have a premium Nefer team, aside from like having Kuki on the team, since we could try the stainless Nefer, but I think I'd rather just go with the safe route. I like having a sustain on my teams, honestly. I'm not really the biggest fan of sustainless since I kind of suck at dodging. Like, I'm not the greatest at dodging, so I would rather have a sustain. And while Kuki doesn't like heal too much, at least my Kuki doesn't, it doesn't really matter. It still helps out in my opinion. And we just beat up those enemies and now we're on to the Knuckle Duckle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're actually going to be able to 36 star this. It makes me curious if I'll be able to do next month's Abyss as well. So we're just going to focus on these little ducks over here just so they attack the big duck and boom. All right, there they go. They're angry now and we can just attack the Knuckle Duckle like so. With Aino here, I will get her burst. And now with Sucrose, we can swap. And boom, there we go. I just realized that I have Ineffa's burst. I probably could have just taken advantage of that, but it's okay. We definitely are going to be able to clear here. And yeah, I think this is actually going to be a 36 star. Okay, run Aino, run! Okay, we got Aino's burst. Perfect. Now with Ineffa, we can attack like so. And boom, there we go. Okay, wow, we were actually able to do it. I feel like Ineffa and Columbina just gave a huge boost to my account, since for my Flins team, something I struggled with is that I just did not have Ineffa on my account. And when it comes to my Nefer team, I would say was likely a bit stronger because of the fact that I didn't have Ineffa on my account, but my Nefer team still had Llama. So in the case of Flins, now that he's able to also have Ineffa by his side, we definitely have a stronger Flins team now, which is awesome. Oh my gosh, it looks so nice to see that we got all the rewards. Yay! And here we have Ineffa. Thank you, Ineffa. I feel like Ineffa and Columbina were honestly two of the MVPs when it comes to having an easier time of clearing here. What we can do real quick is also go through my builds. I would say that my builds are okay, but I would say definitely I could have some more optimization for some of my characters. And something with my account in particular is that my circlets actually just absolutely suck. My Ineffa, I've been working on her lately. I'm really trying to get her some more crit damage, but I'll get that from the weapon as well as maybe just trying to get better pieces for her. For having a 4-piece Morningstar set, I think this is an okay build, which I will be releasing actually a video soon on my Ineffa building process. For Sucrose, here she is. My Sucrose is honestly not great at all. And the reason why is because her weapon as well as her artifacts aren't particularly leveled too much. And then here we have Aino, which similar case honestly with Aino is that her weapon needs a bit more leveling and so does the artifacts. Some of the artifacts are plus 20, but a lot of them are plus 0. Or a very low level, I would say. And when it comes to my account in particular, that's definitely something I need to work on for sure. Here's my Nefer. Nefer looks pretty decent, I would say. I do want to get her about 8% more crit rate, as this will allow me to have 100% crit rate within battle. So that is something I'm working on for my Nefer, is just trying to optimize her a bit more. As for her talents, I did max out her skill, as that is a really important part of her kit. For Llama, here she is. I actually recently changed my Llama build to be on Deepwood. The reason being is that I run Columbina on Silken Moon, so as a result, I decided to swap Llama here to Deepwood and Constellation 0, and Llama has skill and burst at 8. Eventually I may want to work on getting those a bit higher. And here we have Columbina, who I recently built as well. And for her artifacts, we are just running Silken Moon, and here are each of the pieces. I'm pretty happy with how these pieces honestly turned out. I feel like we definitely got a nice amount of substat rolls. And we also have 687 for her talents. Lastly, we have Kuki here, which another one of my supports that I would say definitely needs some more work, similar to Aino. and we are just running instructor on Kuki here. But those are basically my teams. I can definitely have some more improvements here and there. I should definitely work more on my Sucrose, I know, as well as Kuki, especially since I use them quite often for these teams. But overall, I'm really happy that I was able to 36 star, and I would love to know all of your thoughts if you thought this Abyss was a bit easier, but I'm just really happy that we were able to finally do it. Feel free to let me know the teams that you used in Abyss in the comments down below. And real quick, this is post-com moon, and I also tested this out with Varissa. I was also able to 36 star with Varissa side 1 and Flins side 2, so that was pretty exciting to see that my Varissa team is also able to clear, since I was working a nice amount on that team as well. So overall, just very happy to see my teams getting stronger, my characters getting stronger, and yeah. If you would like to see some more Genshin content from me, do make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like to support today's video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.